What we do here is go back.
Shout out to my subscribers, shout out to anybody new coming across this video. If you like what you hear, feel free to subscribe. Comments and feedback are always welcome. So in a previous video I talked about the two yous that are fighting to control you, and to me that quote played into another quote that I read from Alan Watts, which says the infinitely judicious combination of doing nothing and interfering intelligently, which has to be done, or something like that, requires a human experience of a different sensation, something along those lines, or a different human sensation of identity, something like that. Just required you to look at your human experience from a different perspective, and I felt that quote played into the quote that I later saw in the week of the two yous fighting to control you, because it requires you to, as Taoism in a sense puts it, to not interfere and to let things be as they are. But if you're going to interfere, you're doing it in that Stoic sense, or in that Zen sense of interfering intelligently. Now, I griped with a friend over the intelligent interfering aspect, because that can be really tricky when you go into the intelligent part. But in a basic way, it plays into the idea of, in a situation, do you act or do you not act? To me, that's either way interfering, but are you going to interfere in a way that requires you to actually do something, or are you going to leave things alone and let it be? In situations when it comes to trying to control somebody else's emotions or opinions or thoughts, I think you are required, in a sense, to do nothing. That nothing may be in doing something, but that's another game to go back and forth with, which comes with the whole two yous in your head fighting to control you, because the two yous in your head are going to fight to control you on picking whether or not you're going to do something or not do something. But I think it might have been a quote that came with context. I will go look it up after this video. But I would think that with understanding how he speaks, at least to an extent, he was referring to the fact that you can't look at yourself from the perspective of poor little me, this separate individual being alien to the rest of the world, because that doesn't generally allow you to pick the side of doing nothing. It doesn't generally lead people. This is all off top. I don't have facts to back this up, to be honest. But it's a general, from what I've seen, of people who think in that type of way tend to not see that non-action as action, or tend to not want to leave things as they are and let them be. They tend to want to interfere and control. I do know this because of the fact that I know I do it. And though my mindset has switched, there's still those aspects of that mindset, of my former mindset, almost embedded into me, because it seems to be that it's embedded into the human experience in general. The idea of controlling everything and over leaving things alone. Intelligently interfering mixed with unintelligent interference, which I think in some cases is very obvious. Others, it's a lot more subtle. Your actions seem like they're intelligently interfering, but like I said, this is where that intelligence part can go down its own rabbit hole. But the interference that you do tends to not be the most intelligent. Put into another quote that I now read today, but I don't remember the quote enough to talk about it. But I do feel that the quote from the end of last week of the two yous fighting to control you plays right into the two yous fighting to control you to make a decision on whether to do nothing or intelligently act, determining what is an intelligent action. But to me it does. To be, in a sense, acted on properly, it would require a mindset that looks at things a bit differently from how most normally do. Yes, Nori. Hi, Nori. Really? But yes, that's all. I will find the quote and I will post the original quote, and if it has additional context with the quote, in the description box. But I would like to hear what you guys think in the comment section below. Have a good one.